Today we're looking at a piece of hardware that solves what I call the HDMI cliff. You know that point where you run a cable just a little too far and the signal just disappears?
Yeah, it's a hard physical limit. I mean, HDMI is amazing for bandwidth, but it really wasn't designed to go the distance. Physics is just not on its side for those long runs.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we're looking at the Kramer TP-580RA. On the surface, it's a 4K HDMI receiver, but it's really more of a bridge. The whole point is getting a perfect signal from a source to, say, a projector 200 feet away without any flicker.
And avoiding that nightmare of signal dropouts. The core tech here is that it's a long-reach HDBaseT receiver. So, it stops trying to force that fragile signal down an HDMI cord and switch it to standard CCAT cables.
Which are just so much better at handling interference over distance. Okay, let's get into the numbers. The datasheet says it can handle 1080p up to 70 meters.
Right, which is about 230 feet.
That's huge. That covers pretty much any large conference room or home theater you could think of.
Oh, for sure.
But 4K is the real challenge, isn't it? It needs so much more bandwidth. How does the distance hold up then?
It does drop, but it's still really impressive. You get 40 meters, so about 130 feet for 4K. But there is a little caveat in the specs that's important.
Okay.
It's 4K at 60 hertz, but with 4.2.0 chroma subsampling.
Okay, let's unpack that. 4.2.0 is a kind of color compression, right?
Essentially, yeah. It reduces some of the color information to save bandwidth, but it keeps the brightness information totally intact. For the human eye watching a movie or something, it's almost impossible to notice.
So it's a smart trade-off to get that signal to travel 130 feet reliably.
It is, and crucially, it's still compliant with HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 1.4, so you're not losing other key features like deep color or 3D.
Now the model number, TP-580RA. That RA is significant in Kramer's lineup. It points to audio extraction.
Or de-embedding, yeah, and this is where it gets really useful for professional setups.
Well, explain the use case. I mean, why not just let the audio travel with the HDMI to the display like normal?
Because in these big installs, your display is often a ceiling projector or a commercial screen with just, awful 2-watt speakers.
That's insane.
Exactly. So the TP-580RA lets you peel that audio layer right off a signal before it even hits the screen.
And then you can route it. Where?
Wherever you want. It is an SPDIF port for digital audio and a 3.5 millimeter jack for analog. So you can send the clean audio straight to a proper sound system or a sound bar while the video goes to the screen.
I'm guessing that solves a lot of potential sync issues too.
Precisely. It keeps the signal path really clean. It even supports audio return channel, or ARC, so you can pull audio back from a smart TV if you need to.
Okay, so video and audio are sorted. What about control? If my Blu-ray player is in a closet 100 feet away, my remote is useless.
That's the third piece of the HDBaseT standard. It extends RS-232 and IR signals, and it's bidirectional.
Meaning I can point my remote at the receiver by the screen.
And that command travels all the way back down the same CP cable to the player in the closet. The whole control loop is connected.
And what about the physical box? These installs can get pretty hot.
It shouldn't be an issue. It's in one of Kramer's aluminum Digitools enclosures. And the really key detail is that it's fanless.
Oh, that's huge, especially if we're talking about audio.
Right. You can't have a tiny fan whining away in a quiet boardroom. It just uses the metal case as a heat sink for convection cooling.
And the price point for all this?
Well, it's definitely professional gear. The MSRP is around $565, but you'll usually see it for about $452.
So a bit steeper than some generic extender you'd find online.
It is. But you're paying for that certified HDBaseT reliability. A black screen during a big presentation costs a lot more than the box.
So to sum it all up, we've got a silent box that pushes 4K video 130 feet, pulls the audio out for a real sound system, and lets you control your source from the other end of the room.
That's a perfect summary. It completely separates where your source is from where your display is.
I think the most interesting thing I found in the tech notes is something we totally take for granted. This device uses something called intelligent EDID processing.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It's basically a digital diplomat.
Right. It forces the source and the screen to talk to each other and agree on the best signal instantly. It's just a reminder that when you plug something in and a picture just works, there's so much invisible engineering making that happen.
It's the kind of technology you only ever notice when it's not there.
That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for listening.